I'm Robin Croft. I'm from Northern Virginia.
I'm Smyth. I'm from Northern Virginia also. And I'm doing ephemeral sculpture here.
We're both doing outdoor ephemeral sculpture that is usually made of natural deadfall wood found in the woods, and other times we've used stone, but here they have plenty of wood, so we're using that.
Awesome. It's great to meet you guys.
Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
The title of this piece is Stage, and it's basically looks like curtains from a stage that are pulled back, and they're supposed to reveal the view behind. And originally I thought this would be done at Robinson Nature Center a few weeks ago, but I had a problem with a beaver that chopped down one of my trees, so I had to change that one to a different sculpture. Today, here I'm working on a smaller version based on the amount of wood and trees available to anchor the sides. Marcos and I both are working in what's called wattle, and that comes from wattle and daub, but we don't use the mud yet. We may do that again someday. But this is deadfall from the woods surrounding us. We have to gather our own, so there's quite a lot of work involved in hunting and gathering the materials. And as you can see, it's everything from tree limbs to roots to some pieces of lumber here and there occasionally show up. But for the most part, I'm doing these side curtains that are somewhat of a cliche shape, recognizable, and I'm going to try to fill it out a little further to each side. Today is the first day I've been able to actually work. We had a little problem getting the ladder, and I had to build a platform to keep from tumbling down the hill.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of gathering, and Marcos has I've already completed a couple of really nice large sculptures. So I'm probably going to concentrate on the small one on this stay, and I'm also getting some work done drawing and working on other art-related projects while I'm here that we just enjoy the quiet and non-interruption of having a job, and everything else that is involved in day-to-day life.
How much more for this to be finished?
Well, this is only one day's work, so I'm probably going to, as long as the material keeps showing up, I can probably, it's going to get really detailed. It'll probably be 10 times denser and probably 25% larger to the sides, and it's going to be very opaque if I can get enough wood to put in it.
Like a wicker structure almost.
Very dense, yes.
Okay.
And it may get to be 2 or 3 feet thick as it builds, but I did during the pandemic on the Occoquan River, I did a piece called Pandemic Portal, which is 40 feet long, and it was about 8 feet average tall and 2 to 3 feet thick. And then in the center it had a 12-foot rise, and through that was about an 8-foot portal that went all the way through, and what it was on the upside was you could just see the long wall. You couldn't see the river behind it. But on a pretty day, when you walk through the portal, you would go from a very dark wall to this beautiful river scene.
Nice.
And pretty much a comment on the getting past the year and a half of dealing with the COVID crisis, and I needed to work outdoors and get some things done that weren't cooped up inside all the time.
Makes sense. Well, that sounds beautiful. Thanks so much, Robin.
So this is a group of figures made out of deadfall. The first figure is the one holding on to the trees, behind the tree, embracing it. Kind of looks like an upright bass player. He's looking over to the second figure that I've started.
The ladder. No.
Where the ladder is. You can see it's a female figure. You can see her 2 legs, and I've started fleshing out the torso. And she's just leaning back against the tree. Then I plan to do a seated figure on one of these two trees here, kind of facing towards her or down the gully here. And then if I have time, I want to do a figure over here on one of these rocks with his back to the group, kind of like an antisocial or rejected figure.
So is there like a narrative structure to this in your
Not
head?
really,
No?
not really. It's just I just wanted to do different poses, but I wanted the group to work together.
Oh,
And we've done groups of ephemeral sculpture like this before. The biggest one we did was a group of refugees down on the Potomac River near where I live, and we built them at low tide because it's a tidal river, and then at high tide the water comes up and it looks like they're walking through the water. So it's kind of like boat people coming towards land, and they're also walking towards DC, towards the capital.
wow.
So it's kind of a political statement when there are a lot of boat people drowning,
Wow.
refugees. We've done several pieces with the theme on refugees.
Wow, that's powerful. Wow.
So this is a more whimsical
Yeah.
grouping. I'm not trying to make any political statement.
No, but there's a story. So there's a man looking
Yeah.
at the woman, and that's
Yeah.
something maybe gonna happen there. And then this.
These are some of the largest figures I've done. It kind of took on a life of its own. I didn't really intend to make such a large figure, but it just kind of took on a life of its own, and we had the ladders to get up that high, so
Yeah.
I was able to do it. And I'm trying to keep the figures about the same scale,
Oh yeah.
so they work well together.
Well, thanks so much, Michael.
You're welcome.
Yeah.